What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I've been trying to keep up with these Tuesday uploads. Some will, okay, yeah, garage is a mess. We got parts everywhere for the EG, all over the shelf. B16 showing intercooler that needs sewed, axles that gotta go in, Subaru downpipe over there that also needs to be sewed. But anyway, so tackling into the EG today. So got some interior upgrades to do to this thing. The interior in this car is pretty mint, but we're at a standstill with the swap. So let me show you real quick what we got going on here. If you watched the last video, you will know. Bumper off, headlights off, a lot of sanding done. Oh, it's a little dark, and heat shields off and everything. Basically, I just got to get this thing lifted up, axles pulled, but I don't have my hoist here, and I need a bigger jack, but I'm running out of funds because I got parts on the way for this thing. But today we're going to get in the interior because, you know, doing a 5-speed swap on the car. Here's the clutch and brake pedal, and then this gauge cluster here that needs to be going in the car. And then I have a center console, which I believe I showed you guys in the last video. In case I didn't, show you guys again in this one. So factory black center console, but added the EK9 Type R shift boot. So that's gonna look pretty good. We're gonna get that thing in there, and or maybe definitely gonna get the old console out. I don't know if I'll put this in yet. I guess I should be able to. No, I can't put this in yet because I got a drill hose, put shift linkage in the car, but I may set it in there. May end up setting it in there just to see what it looks like. But I think first, start with the easiest. We're gonna go ahead and put the manual manual console in there. I'm gonna get the old one out. So I gotta swap the speedometer off this thing. So we're gonna put two clusters together, and that will allow me to have the correct mileage, not have the stupid park reverse neutral drive crap on the cluster, blah blah blah. So get that old cluster out of there. Alright, setting inside the EG, as you can tell, this car's got really clean interior. That's probably my favorite part about this thing. That little spot drives me nuts. Hope it don't get worse. No, it will eventually. Can't really do much about it, but and then one little spot in the carpet. For the most part though, this car super clean, but auto tragic. So yeah, as you can tell, so no tack, park reverse neutral drive, and then our mileage is quite a bit different. So gotta get that out of there. Fill up, screw up here, fill up, screw up here. And then what I didn't know, when I pulled the clutcher junkyard, I ended up breaking this piece, which luckily I didn't get. Behind our hazard button here will be another screw. You just gotta very carefully pop that out. May go ahead and pop that one out just to be safe, and then very slowly work this thing out of there. I'm gonna start with screws up here in the top. There's one. Set that over here in the floor to the side, and I'm gonna get the other one out. May have to get a stubby screwdriver for this. I probably should anyways, but it's alright. They're not super tight. Down there. And then let's see if I can use fingernails to pop this thing out, or if we're gonna have to flathead screwdriver. Then I'm gonna have to very carefully flathead screwdriver this little piece out. And then same thing with up here, which is where the clock goes. Actually, I almost know it's only the hazards. I ain't even gonna worry about that. So I'm gonna get this out, take the last screw out, and then stop popping this trim right here off the car. Alright, so got it out. So this side over here was extremely tight as far as I can tell. No cracks. The only thing is I did hear 9 million pieces falling. And what they are is the little, like, where are some at? The little slide-on clips, like these little things. That one's still there. That one's there. That one's there. Screw goes there. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one go. I think one goes there. Definitely heard one fall. So I have to check the floor down, like in behind here and stuff. Make sure to get those, but not that big of a deal. And I'm gonna clean around this while this is apart. As far as the cluster goes, screw here, screw here, screw here, screw here, and then just unplug it. And it's a cool thing. I didn't realize the clock. So I went to the junkyard the other day and I almost grabbed the clock, and I was like, no, I probably don't have the wiring for it anyways, and you gotta wire it up. The wiring is literally there already, and it like just plugs into empty space, so it holds the wire up for you. So then you can literally just buy the clock and plug it in. So now next time I go to the junkyard, I gotta get a clock. It's like, I don't know, I just feel like it's a cool little option to have. Whatever, the little things. So yeah, so I'm gonna get screws out of the cluster now, and then I'll start disassembling this bad boy. Maybe try to clean this glass up. The new cluster I got has a pretty deep scratch going across it. Hopefully this glass cleans up and looks better. So I'll use this little glass plastic piece and make one really nice cluster. Alright, so both clusters are out. It's the original cluster. You can kind of, maybe the camera will pick it up. Yeah, the lens, wee bit dirty, but notice just the temp gauge, no tack. 224,000 miles, goes to 120. Nothing really changes between the two on this one. As far as that goes, but over here is different. Of course, you have your park, reverse, neutral, drive for your auto tragic. Fuel gauge, really big fuel gauge, to where the manual cluster, which, yeah, this one's definitely got a, it's kind of a shame. I hope this lens clears up, because you can see definitely the transparency there, but if I can get it to pick up, this one does have a scratch going through it. I think you can probably get these new, not sure, I ain't that worried about it. But so there's the unleaded fuel up here instead of at the very bottom. Smaller gauges. It puts some of your warning lights down here on one little area, and then we have the tack that stops at 9,000. So this is from a EX, so if this wasn't from an EX, this probably wouldn't go to 9, it'd be a little different. So that's also another plus. So we are going to higher rev, since we're going to a high revving engine, this will be nice, even though where the red line starts, it's probably going to be ignored, and a lot of times it's going to be shifting more down here, which, I mean, it looks gangster, so I don't care. So as far as popping the glass off, it's just got these little tabs here. I keep calling it glass, it's actually plastic, but and then these tabs here, you'll just kind of squeeze them, push them all in very gently, working the way around the cluster. So I'm going to set the good one over here to the side, so I don't want to tear up that cluster, and so I know exactly how it comes out. I don't know if we just need to take out these two screws, or if I need to get out these three here. I'm assuming these three and then maybe the front two. I don't know. I'm thinking if I take out the three, the whole entire thing will pop out, and these two screws here are just if you need the face. I guess I'll compare the faces and stuff and see. I don't know. Main thing is going to be getting this off now, and I'll go from there. Alright, so that came apart quite a bit easier than I expected. Other than the so it tried to pull the back panel off, like this black piece off with it, which I guess technically shouldn't have happened. I don't know. Or it's like, maybe it's glued. Yeah, okay. And then the little trip thing here just unscrews, and then once you unscrew that or pull up, no, okay, never mind. I spun it off, but it just pulls off. Anyways, after you do that, this cluster like felt super brittle, by the way. And actually the faces look really nice. So it's definitely just like, look at this, look how dirty and old that is. And then around here. So I'm going to try to hit this with some glass cleaner, see if I can make this one look better. And then like I said, we'll compare both of the two and try to make one good cluster. And FYI guys, this is my factory cluster, that's an aftermarket one. I'm switching mileage so the mileage is actually accurate. It's not some stupid scam hack bull crap you hear about a lot of people doing. Flip it around here, and I'm just going to go ahead and start with taking out the screws, which aren't super tight. I'm assuming they probably don't need to be, since this stuff's like kind of like a papery material. It's probably pretty fragile. Carefully get these out of here. And alright, cool. So the entire thing comes off. So now see the numbers and stuff, how it works, how it rows behind there. So literally just swap out this whole thing, and then the mileage will be correct. So very simple. So now I'm just going to very carefully take apart this one, and then hopefully it comes out just as easy. Alright, so that was fairly simple and nice. So now we got the correct mileage. Now, so not completely done yet. Still got the black trim to put on. I have to separate this because I did just pull it out a little differently than how I did this one. And to get this piece back on, you have to separate the clear. But before I do that, I'm going to go out to the garage real quick. And I'm going to grab from our or from a nice little detail spot here, Chemical Guys glass cleaner and a microfiber, and just start cleaning up this glass. And hopefully it cleans up good. Alright, cluster is back in, working tack, trim is back in, both screws at the top, screw in there. So now I can take the hazard switch and nice little push, it's back in there now. And yeah, so hopefully, and you guys can tell, like, yeah, right there you can see like, I scrubbed this thing. And yeah, the lens part's just trash. This one though, so much cleaner, million times better, and has the tack, so good there. So yes, now it wouldn't be a bad idea to go on to the pedals and getting the shifter out of here. Now here the pedals are the worst. I'm gonna save them for last, because once the pedals are in, that's like when you really get to feel like your car is officially 5-speed swapped. So I'm going to take my Dr. Pepper out of here, take the screws out of the console, and figure out how the shift knob comes out, which looks like EGs are easy. It's like there's just a screw there. So let's get this ugly auto tragic junk out of here and yeah, test fit the new console, see what that looks like. Alright guys, so kind of unfortunate, but money wasted picking up that console at the junkyard. Wasn't cheap. And I ain't even gonna use it now. So got my console out to confirm, You do not need another console. The tabs for the shifter boot are in the auto console. And so on the one I got, this back tab is missing. So I was like, oh, let's go screw in. It looked fine. And then it had some weird stuff up here where like they had some double-sided tape that I was going to take off. So yeah, I'm not using that. I'll keep it for backup. I'll post it. I'll drop it. I'll post it up for sale, whatever. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get the shift boot out. I'm going to swap the shift boot over to the new old crap console. And yeah. So now you know. Now I know. We all know. Alright, so shifter is finally out. And yeah, this hose a little goofed up. So I did have some finagling, had to hammer it back down. Ended up just taking, I had to do some wiggling and just kind of pull it through. Yeah, she didn't want to come out. So I had to introduce the hammer to it, straighten it out some. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Yeah, we'll spray that, get that stuff cleaned back up, make sure this isn't going to rust on us. So these divots here are for the factory shift linkage. So I'm going to go right in the center. Right about there. Press down. It's real slow. So yeah, definitely a good bit of progress on DEG over the last few days. Yeah, parts scattered everywhere. I don't know how well you can see those because it's kind of dark, which is the downfall of working on this thing here and trying to get it done. AC lines out, engines out, but anyways, that progress. You got to check out the next video for that I'm working on. So to wrap up this one, I know it's a little bit of a long video, but a few people have asked for longer videos. So I just want to go over the interior stuff real quick, show you what I got done, give you an idea of what's to come. So this is like kind of part one of the interior stuff. Later on, we'll do some more with the interior when stuff's finally going back in and together. But let's check this out real quick. So seeing the manual cluster definitely worked out well. Got that trim piece back in. Cool air freshener from IA, by the way. And worked on this. So they're still like loose because there's no slave or master, but the gas and brake pedal set is in there. Clutch pedal set is in there. These are from a DC Integra, by the way. So I looked it up and it was kind of mixed answers whether this combo works or not. Well, it does. So I think eventually I'll probably get rid of these rubber pads and replace them with the Type R style ones. There's a company that makes like super accurate Type R ones. So probably gonna end up doing that. I did end up finishing up drilling the hose after my battery died. Sprayed some self-etching primer. Vacuum up some metal shavings and stuff and get those out. I took the seat out to make the pedals a little easier, so I do want to switch seats in this car anyways, which will be the part I'll come out in the next video, because I got that big spot there. And then I got to get, you know, a lot of the factory parts and crap out of it. But that's the interior bits of everything. So next video you'll see everything that's going on in here. So stay tuned for that. So that's going to wrap it up. I need to get this video uploaded. That way I can keep up with these Tuesday uploads. So if you like this video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.